Welcome to another episode of Dream Big with Zhanna, inspiring you to reignite, refire, and refuel your life. And today, you are bound to be inspired, especially you are the one who are thinking or have been thinking for a long time to start using videos, but then for your business, for your personal purposes, for just expanding your comfort zone, and you still are kind of in the shade, hiding. So today we have our amazing returning guest on the show, Veronica Vargas. Hello, Veronica. Hi.
Hi, Zhanna. Welcome back to the studio.
Yes, it's so good to see the background and all this, creative space where you actually, that's where everything is born. Yeah, your cards, your animations, your vlogs. And as usual, that's our third episode with Veronica. If you guys haven't watched the two previous ones, you can find them on Hummingbird Academy today and just search for Dream Big with Zhanna, Veronica Vargas, and you'll see the story, Veronica's story in the first interview. You will see her amazing cards, like whimsical cards with animals, and also the animations and the stories that go along with that. That's in number two. And today, you by the way, let me tell you that if you're not on Facebook, then you can reach out to Veronica or me on YouTube. If you can go to Zhanna Shpits and put Dream Big with Zhanna Veronica, you'll see the videos over there. So today the focus is on another side and specialty of Veronica. It's how you show up in front of the camera. And I think she has a lot to say about it. We titled it The Power of You on Video. And the subtitle of this episode, Live Big and Play Hard. Not work hard, play hard. Veronica, the microphone is for you, on
Uh,
you.
well, thank you. You're such a wonderful hostess, and I'm so glad to share with you, all of you, what I've learned in my process, and it's been quite a lot. Now, there's a lot of folks who are naturally very comfortable in front of the camera, and there's a lot of folks that are not. And it's a fact that public speaking is usually in the top three most fearful things to do for most people. So being on video kind of combines a lot of our peak stressors. And so it's not a natural thing for a lot of people to do, but it's also undeniable that video today is the most powerful connector that we have. So if you're not comfortable in front of the camera, you're still kind of caught with the idea that, this is a very powerful marketing tool, especially if you own a business, even if you want to express personal messages. It seems to be the biggest connector that we have today. So you can't deny that. But it's important to acknowledge the fact that I think we were raised since we were very young that the moment a camera comes into our environment, we tense up. And I think it's because we were led to believe that in order to pose in front of the camera, that you had to be a little less like yourself, that you had to pose, that you had to stand a certain way, be a certain way, appear a certain way that maybe you didn't feel was really who you really were. So we come into this environment now with cameras with that kind of embedded in our psyche. So now it's important to break through that so that you can meet the power of the connecting tool of video. A couple of interesting stats that I wanted to share with you that I got that are shared across the internet from eMarketeer and Brightcove is that video, for instance, on a landing page can increase conversions by at least 80%. So there's power there. By 2019, internet video traffic will account for 80% of all consumer internet activity. 80%. 4 times as many consumers would rather see your product in a video than read about it.
Yes.
And 62% of consumers are more likely to have a negative perception of your brand if that video is published or looking unprofessional, which suggests that you, or if you're going to step in front of the camera, that you need to be thoughtful and professional about it. So those are some big things. Now, I have to share with you my experience in using video. I felt drawn to it because I noticed that whenever someone posted a video, whether it was personal or business, that I clicked on it. And I let a lot of the other things kind of brush by me. So I kind of felt the power of it and I had to do it. Now, I have to tell you that when I started videotaping myself, I was very stiff. I was very scared. I have to tell you, the first time that I went live on Facebook, I didn't know it was videotaping me. So I was mumbling to myself, looking out the window, how much I hate this. I'm looking up going, I hate this. I don't want to do this. And I was actually caught publicly whining about how much I hated being seen on video, which I thought was a powerful, interesting, loving lesson that life gave me. So I was able to break through that because it was still a very powerful experience. But right there, off day one, I was exposed, the real true self. Now, here's the thing with video is that you're seen. So you can't really pretend very much because you're seen. People can see your gestures. They can see your truth. And so if you're going to step out in front of the camera, it's even more important to speak your truth, to be in your truth, and to be comfortable.
May I ask
Yes.
you, because you just touched upon something very, very deep, and it's gonna go a long way because even the mere thought about being seen for a lot of people, it stops them right there. It just shuts them down. And so, what was, just curious, what was the driving force for you to start being to start doing videos and being seen?
I knew that both my business and myself professionally as CEO needed to grow. I knew that where I stood, where my business stood right then and there, was not where I wanted it to be. So I was compelled, for my personal growth sake and my business growth sake, to step into it.
So I just want, yeah, because if even if it's a great motivator, like whether we think, let's say you chose to do that, or you kind of you were forced a little bit, nudged, I would say, to do it because you wanted to grow the business. But then on the other end, now that you are doing it, now we kind of understand that it's doing a lot more on the personal level because you probably have changed internally and have become a different person by doing that. The reason I wanted to bring it up is because at the beginning you said something also very, very neat and very kind of, I don't want people to overlook what you just said and underestimate the value of it. You said that, I made a note, video right now is the most powerful connector. And so the connector, whether they are in business or let's say somebody, if you guys are watching and you are in a low point, let's say energetically, or you are, I don't want to use the word depression, but there's a lot of people who love to use that word. I'm not one of them, but in a low point of your life, or you are experiencing unpleasant emotions, what Veronica is saying is that if you start using the videos, even like she said, for personal reasons, you're going to become a different person because that's your connection, especially if you're an introvert. Try doing something different. And it's going to get you, it's one of the paths, the fast tracks, I would say, to get you out of that. Is it true in your experience?
Yes, it gets you outside of yourself. You get to see, there are glimpses, and you guarantee, no matter how uncomfortable you are in being in front of the camera, if you record yourself, you will see glimpses of your magnificence, and you'll get curiouser and curiouser about your magnificence. And you can expand that magnificence in the safety of your own home, in the safety of your own space, by recording and seeing who you could be. And
Yeah.
so that's a very important, I've expanded personally tremendously using this media, and I never expected it to happen, but it did.
And also, let me ask you, when you get the comments and you think you're sharing something super sacred and only you're the only person in the world who is going through that. And then you're kind of afraid and you're holding on to like, what if they would know? Like, what's going to happen? And then when you get the comments, you all of a sudden, did it happen to you that you understand that actually you are more connected to the rest of the world that you thought you were?
Yes, it's actually surprised me. I really felt I was throwing it out to nothing, and it's still very surprising, the response.
Yeah, so I just want people to understand, everybody, guys, if you're watching or listening, this is just try it. Don't take our word for it. Try it. And we're going to listen to Veronica on how to do it, what's the process, and how you started with that. Yeah.
Yes. So I saw the power of video, and I realized that part of my business success is in having you understand my brand and the philosophy behind the brand. So I saw video as being the opportunity to talk to you about that, and design a scenario in the video that can have you understand what we're about. So the power of the video to be able to market your business is huge. So I want to maybe show you a vlog. What do you think, about stepping out?
Yes, yes. And yeah, because I promise there's going to be a surprise for you
Okay.
guys. Yeah.
And in this, you can see some of the ways that we used video more as a marketing tool. You can speak your truth, which I do, but I've combined it with some visuals because there's another interesting statistic, which is 85% of videos on Facebook now are viewed without sound. So they will not turn the volume up, which kind of then leans the importance of having your videos visually attractive, and maybe even considering some text points and things. So I want to show you a sample of why we stepped it up above and beyond me just speaking my truth, and why we combined it with some interesting visuals.
Yes.
So
Curious.
share the screen. Let me see, we want to do this. And then
I just want to say that for everybody, guys, we'll post the link, the direct link to this vlogs, Veronica's vlogs, on where you can find them on YouTube, just in case you want to, go back and watch just that.
okay, here we go. Hiya, welcome to the Shaboo Studio. I'm Veronica, your presenting artist here at Shaboo Prints. I've been receiving a lot of really positive feedback on how comfortable I seem in front of the camera, and that made me laugh. My true comfort zone is to work behind the scenes and not be in front of it. And it made me reflect on my life, on the process in getting here, because I have a lot of distinctly unhappy experiences and memories being in the spotlight. As a child, my family had an upright piano that I played a lot. Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't play music so much as play with it. And I did that a lot, so much so that my parents eventually signed me up for piano class. Piano lessons were going okay until I learned that performing at recitals was part of the program. Performing on stage in front of people, no matter how much I rehearsed or how well I felt I knew my way around a piece of music, once I got on stage, I forgot everything. I would hit wrong notes, my hands would shake and sweat, I would freeze from fright. And sometimes I would forget the music altogether. I think that was the first time I realized really how private of a person I am. I do the things I do simply because I love to do them, which is a very personal position. I don't think I'm a natural born performer at all. So let's fast forward to today, where I'm now a business owner. While I still would prefer to work from behind the scenes, I understand the importance of leading my business from the front. I am so committed to the mission of my heart and Shaboo Prints that I am able to actually move through my fears of being in the spotlight to make it happen. Following my calling has made me kind of invincible and more resilient to fears and doubts because I simply have got to do what I've got to do. Now, one of our inspirational designs is very near and dear to me, and it addresses this. It's called Your Calling. And imagine yourself the only person walking on the beach, and you notice this gorgeous conch shell, and suddenly it starts to ring. And you know somehow in your heart that that call is for you, but that if you answer it, it might mean significant change. It might mean you facing your fears. What would you do? Now, the inside of the card reads, so are you going to answer it? And that's the important question, isn't it? Are you going to answer your calling, even if it might require significant change or facing some fears? You hear that? What is that? Oh, it's my own conch shell calling. Hello? Oh, hi. Yes, I've answered my calling. I'm talking to people about that right now. So yes, I have answered my calling, which is why I'm here in front of you now. And even though it's frightening still, I love what I do. Your calling, no matter what it is a part of who you are. And that's why answering it is so fulfilling. I dare you, answer your call. There we go.
That is that is so, it's beyond inspirational. It's so much you can do with the video, and not to make it boring or kind of mundane, I could say, but really in a playful way. Amazing. So anything like, how, first of all, how long did it take you to create that video? How like tedious is the process?
Well, for me, I usually do the recording in one sit down because I write the script. This is after chewing on what is it that I want to say. And here's an important point is, again, tapping into your ideal customer, feeling into what is it that they need from you. Not only does it help you structure your message, but again, it gets you outside of yourself, which gets your presence to be a little more comfortable because you're not thinking about yourself so much, but rather connecting with their hearts. So I actually feel and drop down into their hearts. Well, how can I connect with their hearts? So a couple of things I wanted to point out in that video, that we happen to use it also as a soft sell, which I think is very important for businesses. There are tips that you can use to actually do product placement. You want to consider that perhaps in your videos. An important thing to look at is when you are videotaping yourself is to look at your space. And I want you to see, wherever you decide to record, that that is a sacred space. It is your pulpit. So you want to look at your space lovingly and assess whether or not it supports or perhaps detracts from your message and your brand. So that's a very important thing to look at your background. Now, for instance, I support creativity and individuality. So I find that it works with my brand to record from the Shaboo studio with all its things and colors. So it supports my message. We also use the videos to practice asking. It's important to ask. So you ask for support, ask to follow your YouTube channel and subscribe, ask to click and like your Facebook page. So it's an exchange, because in your video, not only should you be offering your value by bringing your truthful presence and what you have to say, but then it's okay to then expect an exchange for that and to ask. So we practice those. A couple of other things I wanted to bring up regarding being able to do videos. Today, we're fortunate enough that if you have a Mac computer with a built-in webcam and microphone, that's all you need. So you can create a video just like you saw there using the hardware and software you already have.
That was my question. So
Yes.
for people who are completely like non-technology, like no sense of technology, they can still do it with just Mac computer. And is it iMovie?
I use iMovie, that, and all of my movies, I only use iMovie.
So everything, all the features are created in there.
There's
And
nothing.
animation and the sound and you recording, of course, and all the special effects are in the same program.
Yes.
How cool is that? Is
Yes.
it difficult to learn how to actually put it the two and two together?
Well, I don't think so. I've actually put together a program which is the Power of You on video, and we will be launching that in a very short time. I'm going to invite you to come and look at when we do that in a few weeks. But in that program, we actually will show you that you take your recorded video of yourself and we actually walk you through that process, how to record yourself truthfully and transparently. Once you have that file that you've recorded with your computer, you can take that, upload it in iMovie, and then we walk you through some very easy editing steps using both video tutorials, and you'll be speaking with me personally in Zoom conference meetings.
That is fantastic.
Yeah. One of the biggest tips is that the most powerful thing you can do with your recorded visual video of yourself is to split the clip in editing, because once you split the clip, you can insert pictures, anything, other media. So if you could just understand using some sort of editing program and simply splitting your clip and adding your logo at the end and a cover image in the beginning and maybe a media or a picture in between, you've already up leveled that video file tenfold, and you can use it for your marketing purposes or personal purposes.
Is it time consuming once you learn it? Of course, at the beginning, it's going to be the process to learn it and get used to that and practice. But once you learn it, like for you right now, how long does it take to put the video together with all the special effects on average?
I would say I videotape one day. I create all of my media and gather the media that I want to incorporate with that video another day. And then I spend a day editing. So I can put everything together, but it's thoughtful. You know, I've collected all the bits. And once I've collected the parts, I can kick it out in a day. iMovie is a powerful enough software tool that you should see it as your assistant, your new VA. It can do so many things. And I have
Is
touched
a
on
virtual assistant. I just want people to know. Some people are not familiar with the abbreviation. VA, virtual assistant.
right.
So
So
so you look at it, you look at this iMovie that is built in Mac as your personal. I love it as your personal
yes,
assistant. Yeah.
yes, it's important, especially if you're not tech savvy. You consider yourself tech savvy, and I am not. To go into this process of videotaping yourself, of creating a video as being, you're in partnership with your mission, and you have people and tools around you to support you in accomplishing your business mission and your personal expansion. So, you know, go into it saying this program is going to help me. I can help you through our video editing program. There's ways to get there, because I don't know my way around a computer very well, and I'm terrified of being in front of the camera. I still am, and yet we're doing it, and you can too.
Oh my goodness, I love it. So if
Yeah.
you guys get inspired by this, and if you would like to try to create not just movies, I mean, not just videos of you, but something that is up leveled with this simple technology. Veronica, and you would like Veronica to be your guide, look for the information. We're going to put it underneath the video, and it's also going to be on your website, right? Shabooprints.com,
Yes.
on Facebook underneath the video, and also on YouTube in the
Yes.
description of the video. And how long is the program? Like how long
It'll
does it take for us to learn all of that?
it'll be an 8-week program, cut into portions. The first portion, we're going to gently and lovingly walk you through the process of exposing yourself in front of the camera and creating an ideal presence for yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
then we will take that video file that we've accomplished in part one into part two, and then start the editing process. And a part of that program, you will get video tutorials that you can have and use at your leisure, but we'll also meet once a week so that I can demonstrate things and answer questions. And the most important part of this process is that you will be invited to an exclusive Facebook group to upload, because a part of this process is becoming comfortable with exposure. And
Mm.
you'll be able to do that in this program in a very safe virtual environment, where we will have some boundaries and principles that will support you in this coming out process.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's going to be really important for you to non-judgmentally look at yourself, and we will do that with you, holding your hand and just seeing
Yeah.
where are you comfortable and where are you not, and asking some introspective questions. We'll do that. Trying to pull you back to that moment when you looked stiff and in presentation mode, and maybe those feelings in that moment versus the feelings you're experiencing when you were shining. So we'll examine all of that.
Amazing. So it's gold what you are giving, and so much support that you're gonna give with the program, and all the tips that you've given today on the program. It's just gold, golden nuggets. So anything that you can like another piece of jam before we kind of wrap up the program, for everybody who is still on the fence and they are still not ready. They think they're getting ready to go live on camera or even in the recording mode. What would you say to them? Like any wisdom, any piece of wisdom?
I would say, again, this is about living your life fully, and expressing yourself and feeling that freedom to be fully you. The time is now for you. You have all the tools. You don't even have to spend any more money using these tools to step out and shine. You're adding to the universe and the whole universal plan by just being there. And by hiding yourself and not showing yourself to us is kind of denying the whole system of its works. So it would be my greatest honor, my heartfelt honor, to see your face and share it with others and watch you shine, because I know you will.
Yeah, well, thank you, Veronica. Thank you so much. So you guys can connect with Veronica or through the website, like we already said, it's shabooprints.com. Watch out for the link to the program, and they can reach out to you probably if they have questions. If you have additional questions about the program, please reach out to Veronica directly. You can do it by private messaging her on Facebook, through her website. You can comment below the video. You could please let us know what you think about this episode. Was it valuable for you? What did you learn? Did it inspire you in any way? Did you create any shifts for yourself? And we'll be happy to answer any questions if you have them. And then, of course, share it, and share it with people you love and you think they will benefit.
And I just wanted to say one last thing, that keep your eye out for when we launch this program in a few weeks, because we will also be offering an early bird discount. So
Yes, that's important too. So watch out for that. We're going to post the link on Facebook on this Hummingbird Academy today once the link is ready. But meanwhile, you can just let Veronica know that you are interested and she can put you on the waiting list, right?
love that.
So thank you so much, Veronica. It was so valuable. So you guys are watching Dream Big with Zhanna, inspiring you to reignite, refire, and refuel your life. And today we had a pleasure, and it goes just beyond the words that I can put to that, of talking and learning from this amazing soul, Veronica Vargas, the Shaboo Prints owner and the CEO. Thank you, Veronica. Mwah.
Love you. Thank you. Love you all. Take care. Thank you.
Thank